Hello, my name is Ben Washington. I'm the owner of Whup Boomerang BBQ here in Marlin, Texas. Well, the name Whup, I come from my dad. That was his nickname as a boy growing up. So they always call him Whup, and all the kids, they call us Little Whoops. So in order to get people to know who I am, where I'm at the time, I thought if I would name this business after my dad, people coming into Marlin visiting, they would know right off who Whoops. Well, they would know that it's one of the Whoops. He was pretty well known here in Marlin. He got his name Whoop from playing baseball, throwing the ball, and for some reason they call him Whoop because he had a pretty good arm. And so growing up as kids, all the neighbors and people passing by, they would recognize us as Whoops. Well, growing up, like my dad, he started cooking as whenever he worked on the railroad. So whenever he would come home on holidays, they would get most of their holidays off, and he would fire up the pit. Well, we'd have to be around, so I watched him over the years, picked up a few things. When I became a young man, I thought I would try it and did pretty good with it. So I like cooking, and I got off into it probably in the mid-'70s, and where we're just having a few backyard dinners or playing dominoes, we'd fire up the pit, and my passion for it is that I just wanted to get better at it as I went along, so I kept working, and my wife was my biggest critic. I had to get it perfect or wouldn't get a high score from her, so she stayed on me and I stayed with it. So after all this, it turned out pretty good. I knew I was pretty good at barbecuing when, like I said, my wife, she was my biggest critic. I had an uncle that was a professional chef in Midland. He did a lot of cooking. I took notes from him. And whenever my wife had his, she thought that was the best in the world, and it probably was. It may still be. But I kept working and practicing until I don't think you can just get it right, but you can get it sometimes better than others. But it is an art. The more you work with it, the better you can become at it. But you got so many hurdles to cross in barbecuing, your wood, the temperature of your weather on the inside or out, it's just all different factors play the role in barbecuing. Well, I only had a few jobs in my life. I worked over there at Dressel, Maryland, and Casa for a couple of years. And about 73, I went to work for the State Highway Department out of Waco, bridge construction crew. I stayed there for about 4 years, and I went to work for Pepsi-Cola as a salesman. I stayed at Pepsi for 25 years, and it was just, I always wanted to work for myself. So, working for Pepsi, I learned a lot about business, and they kind of had me sharpened for business because we was in sales. By us being in sales, you have to kind of manage your business. So I was cooking and doing pretty good. I want to work for myself, so my wife and I, we opened up a business back in 1990 on William Street, but it was a little too much for the two of us because I had a full-time job, and she was, working the place while I was working on my job, and it was just more than we could both handle. So we decided to fold up about 94, and thought we would bring this thing back to life later on once I retired from Pepsi. So that's what we done. So 2000, we came out here and put this little building up, and our plans were to just try to make ends meet. And then the business grow, and we did pretty good after that, you know, and now here I am on the screen. The reason I started doing larger jobs is I had a couple of small jobs, barbecuing. I started doing like church events and maybe a little small company picnics. And, you know, I started cooking more and more, larger quantities. So I got pretty good at it. And I've done several picnics for Pepsi and other people, Mrs. Barrett's. And once we catered for these people and they really enjoyed it, and I'm a man that I love compliments. And if I can do something, I like that pat on the back, but I don't like to pat my own back. And people started saying how good I was, and I love barbecue myself, so I like what I was eating, and hopefully everybody else will enjoy theirs too. On my catering, I also, every year, my family events, we have a reunion every year, and that's my job. So far, it's been my job to do all the cooking as far as the barbecuing, and I get a lot of, you know, I enjoy doing it, and I got a lot of pats on the back from cooking at my reunions and different family functions. Well, when I got started in the business, my wife and I, you know, I had a good secure job. I had seniority there on my job, making top pay, but I was burned out, so to speak, and I wanted to do something different. And I loved barbecuing, and I had been other places trying theirs out to see what my competition would be like. And I had a lot of sleepless nights. I didn't really know if I should take this move or not, but for some reasons I had something pushing me, you know. The nights I couldn't sleep, I was staying up trying to think of a name. You know, I wanted to be different. I wanted my product to be a good product, and I wanted to not be just another fish in the river. So we went with a green and silver building. Most barbecue places are red and white or red and black, and that's why I wanted mine to be totally different. I wanted to flip the strip, so to speak. So what we done was went to another, we painted our building green and silver, and we didn't think, you know, that it would ever get this big, and I wasn't sure if I was making the right move or not. I was really worried about this. I wasn't, you know, I had good secure job, and here I am wanting to leave that, and it seemed like somebody crazy, but we went ahead, took the step, and we've been truly blessed. It's been a real good adventure for us both. Whenever I started my business, I didn't know, I wasn't sure where it was going. You know, I just wasn't sure about it. But I knew I had a good product, and we wasn't sure about it, but the business itself, it took off, and like we just kept getting the compliments. We wasn't getting the money, but the compliments was coming. So I figured maybe if the compliments are coming later on, the money would follow. I didn't have a clue that it would ever get this big. You know, it's not all, you know, every day is not sunshine and happy days. It's hard work, and, you know, sometimes you have bad days, things aren't going right for you. You get disgusted, you know, and you don't, I'm one that I don't quit, but, you know, quitting will enter your mind just for a second, but that's, you know, once that thought passed, I'm on my trail again, you know, so we stayed with it, and the business turned out to be a success. I think for me to stay in business for these 15 years, we'd have to be consistent. You know, our main goal was to keep everything like it was the first time you taste it. You know, when you come here, you're looking for a sandwich, That sandwich that you got before, we want it to taste like that every time you get that particular sandwich. So we try to be consistent with our product, and I think that had a lot to do with our success. You know, we made the Texas Monthly a couple of times back in '03, no, it was '08 and 2013. Well, the first time we was here, Texas Monthly come by, I was here at the back, you know, having a rough day, of course, and this gentleman come in and he parked, went up front, had his meal, and he come back here where I was, and he introduced himself to me, told me that he was from Texas Monthly. Well, that was a big surprise right there. And for him to come and tell me something like that, that just made my day. So what I've done is just answered a few questions for him. He told me that he had traveled all over Texas, he and 3 other guys, and they hit every barbecue joint in Texas. So they was out to find the top 50 barbecue joints in Texas. This was in 2008. Well, that was probably in March of 2008. June of 2008 is when I found out that I had made the top 50. Well, you know, that kind of swole my head a little bit, and that just motivated me even more to try to keep this ball rolling. And after a while, you know, we get tired and have some bad days, but like I said before, the compliments and the people enjoying my food, I think that that's what motivates me and keep me going. We was featured in Texas Monthly. That helped our business worldwide, really, because we've had people from all over the world really come here, different places, Panama, France, you know, Europe, different places, Mexico, you know, Colorado, all the other states. People come in telling us that they have heard about us in the Texas Monthly, so they come by to check us out. And Texas Monthly really got it started for us because I'm one that don't believe in wasting money, so I wanted to go with the word of mouth, and I didn't do a lot of advertising. I did a little local business advertising, but not the major radio stations, TV stations. We couldn't afford it, so we just mostly worked on word of mouth. The Texas Monthly come through, that kind of put us on the map, and it had potentials to go worldwide for us. We're here Thursday through Saturday from 10 to 8 p.m. We cut it down to the 3 days a week so that we can keep our product fresh and moving. And whenever we ends up on Saturday afternoon, most of the time, we got a clean house. There's nothing left in the refrigerator. You know, the 3 days a week, we have people, you know, come here and they ask if we would open up more. They come by when we're not open. They'll call when we're not open. And we're sorry for that. We want to apologize for that. But by us being here the 3 days a week, you know, we're getting you ready for us, you know. Most people eat barbecue on weekends anyway. So, you know, it's we're there for the people that don't feel like out there sweating and burning up the meat or burning themselves or you know, getting uncomfortable. You just come by here and call your order in and we'll fix it up and you'll have barbecue. You can say you cooked it if you like. I do believe that the food is the main draw that they come in for. We also try to provide everybody with love and tender care, patient that you need to serve someone. You know, we are serving you and we want to do the best we can. So I think that has a lot to do with our business. We got good product, we got good employees. I got a lovely family. I'm not trying to bash nobody else's family, but my family is lovely. They good people. They loving people, and we just share that and spread that with all our customers. My wife and I, we've been married for 44 years, and her name is Patricia Ward Washington. My oldest son is Charles Ward. Tamika Washington is my oldest daughter, and Monica Washington is my second daughter. Benicia Washington would be my fourth daughter, and I have 8 grandkids. And we have been truly blessed with our kids and grandkids. But to have a business, everybody know that you got 15, 20 hats. So we pass these hats out. My wife plays, that's my right hand for me. I wouldn't make it if it wasn't for her. But she does just as much work as I do or more. And then I have my son, he helps us take orders at the window, and my other daughters help cook. And all my family members, whenever we come up short, my granddaughter helps. She's in Sam Houston now. Whenever we get a chance, and she gets a chance to come help, she works with us. And so we have mostly a family business here. My sister helped me work. Nieces and nephews come in from time to time. Friends of the family, all kinds of friends. Whoever that feel like they want to do something, they invite it, and we'll give anybody a chance. It's hard to keep people around hard work, but they get a little taste of it from time to time. Our menu has a variety of things on it. We've grown through the years. My daughter come up with the baked potato, and she thought that, barbecue is good, but we need something else on the menu for younger group maybe. So we come up with the Frito Bean Dito, which consists of corn chips, Frito corn chips, some chopped beef and sausage. We got your beans, and then cheese on top of that, and pickles and onions if you like. And then we got the baked potato, of course. It's got the salt, pepper, butter, cheese. And then we put a little barbecue sauce in there if you like, chopped beef if you like. We'll make your potato whichever way you like. My wife makes some of the best banana pudding ever, I think. It tastes like heaven to me. And she make her pudding from scratch. And we sell a lot of pudding. In fact, we hardly ever have any left over. Very seldom have any left over. The peach cobbler the same way. She makes that. And she do a beautiful job on it, and I think that helps our menu out a lot. I would like to let everybody know out there, if you got things not going well for you, don't fold your tent. Just keep focused, stay on course, and for all you young people, just be patient. It'll get to you. Just don't give up. And stay on course, and be patient. We want everything instantly, and it's not going to happen like that. So if you just take your time, day by day, grow and have a plan. If you got a plan, stick with it, and it'll eventually develop into something nice. And whatever you do, you always have God with you. If you got God with you, I don't see you failing. Personally, I just don't see it happening. Thank you all, and God bless everybody.